Hi there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to answer diversity in the workplace interview questions. Now, a lot of you have been reaching out to me on YouTube in the comments below the videos, and you are saying to me, Richard, I've got an interview coming up. I need to answer questions that are based on equality and fairness and also diversity. Can you help me? So this tutorial is specific for anybody who's going for a job interview, because more and more organizations and hiring managers are asking these types of questions. Now, within this tutorial, this is what I intend to cover. I will give you a list of common diversity in the workplace interview questions and also tips for answering them effectively. I also want to give you an explanation of why each question is asked so you can answer the questions correctly. I believe it would be pointless me just giving you suggested answers if you don't understand why you're giving those answers. So it's important for me to go into detail about why each question is asked, and it essentially makes you a more rounded employee, which I think is important. I will give you then example answers to the questions to help you pass your job interview, and I will also, again, as usual, tell you about further resources that you can get access to help you succeed, and you will have the option to download these slides, including the questions and answers. So 4 reasons why you should stay tuned, and just very quickly, before I get into the training, a very warm welcome to this diversity in the workplace interview training presentation. My name is Richard McMunn. As usual, I always give you top scoring answers within the presentations that you can't find anywhere else. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. And it's always a pleasure to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. And please do give the video a like, because that motivates me to spend more time creating the content for you. So the first question that I want to tackle, the first diversity in the workplace interview question, is what is your understanding of diversity? Now, the word diversity gets talked about an awful lot, but not everyone understands what it means and the benefits it can bring to an organization. So here is an explanation of what diversity means and how it can impact positively within a business, a company, or an organization. So here is my suggested answer to that interview question. What is your understanding of diversity? Diversity means that everyone is unique and that we should all recognize that everyone has individual differences and needs. A diverse organisation will strive to employ people from varying genders, religions, race, education, sexual orientation, and other attributes. Now, society is diverse, and it is my strong opinion that to serve its customers well and to provide exceptional levels of service, the organisation should be diverse too. Diversity means understanding that everyone is unique and recognising all our individual differences. A diverse workplace helps facilitate staff retention, and it also encourages open dialogue and communication, which can only be a good thing for any organisation. So that level of answer shows that you fully understand what diversity is, and more importantly, how it can add value to an organisation. So I have highlighted some of the key areas there that I think are important that will help you with your answer. Now, that part there is important for me. Why diversity is important in a workplace, and that is because the society that we live in is diverse. So therefore, in order for an organisation to be effective, it needs to be diverse too. It's simple. So that's my suggested answer. Now, you can either pause the video if you want to and take a note of the questions and answers, or if you wait, I will tell you where you can download my full set of 15 diversity in the workplace interview questions and answers, including the ones I'm working through today. So the next one, and this is a very common diversity in the workplace interview question. You overhear a work colleague in the canteen making an inappropriate or derogatory remark. What would you do? So this is, as I say, perhaps the most common diversity interview question asked. Now, its purpose is to assess predicted behaviour in situations that are potentially damaging to an organisation if they are not tackled. Now, as you and I know, there are a lot of people who would just turn a blind eye to this type of situation, but I would not want to employ someone who would take that kind of action or unaction. So this is my suggested answer to this interview question. You overhear a work colleague in the canteen making an inappropriate or derogatory remark. What would you do? I would challenge it straight away. The worst thing you can do in this type of scenario is to either ignore it, laugh at it, or even join in. It needs to be stopped straight away. On that basis, I would remain calm. I would use open body language and non-confrontational communication, and I would simply state that the comments were not acceptable in the workplace and that I did not want to hear them again. The reason why I would act there and then and say this in front of other people is so that everyone is aware that this type of behaviour is unacceptable and there is no room for it in any organisation. So that is a confident answer. You are not getting annoyed. You are simply showing that this should not be tolerated in any organisation, and you will take action there and then, and explain why it is not acceptable. So don't go anywhere, because I still have more questions and answers to work through with you, which you will find beneficial. But when you're ready, if you do want to click that link in the top right hand corner of the video, go through to my webpage, passmyinterview.com, and you can download my full set of 15 diversity in the workplace interview questions and top scoring answers, including the ones we are working through together today. The next question. This is a difficult one. What are the different ways we can promote diversity and inclusion in the workplace? This question gets asked an awful lot. Now, it is difficult because a lot of people don't understand what inclusion is. Now, there are many different ways we as employees and members of staff can help an organisation to work towards a workforce that is diverse and inclusive. So here is my suggested answer to help you. So just to reiterate the question, what are the different ways we can promote diversity and inclusion in the workplace? So we already know what diversity is. So let's now work through the answer. It's quite an in-depth answer, and I'm doing that for a reason, which I will explain in a second. There are many ways we can promote diversity and inclusion. However, for any of them to be effective, it needs to come from the top, and all managers must believe in diversity and inclusion and the benefit they both can bring. We can encourage diverse and innovative thinking by creating a culture that means there's no such thing as a silly question or a stupid idea. People should not be afraid to contribute. If they feel comfortable contributing, they will bring great ideas to the table. We can build a workforce that is multi-generational. There is a tendency for organisations to employ one generation, where it is clearly more productive, more creative and more innovative to employ people from different generations. After all, we are all unique in our own way, and we can bring different skills, qualities and ideas, which in turn will help our organisation to grow. We can ensure the organisation is serious about anti-discriminatory policy by getting rid of superficial procedures that are written down but not actually taken seriously. We can ensure the workplace is totally inclusive by catering for everyone. For example, if a member of staff needs to pray or a mother needs to look after her child, let's provide those facilities for them. We should seek to eliminate bias during the appraisals process and promotion assessments. Other methods include the use of outside facilitators for focus groups. By using an outside facilitator, employees may be more comfortable speaking freely, and the outside company will maintain a neutral position. We should encourage more one-to-one discussions between staff and managers so we can assess what people genuinely care about. And finally, we should create an open dialogue about equality of pay, which is absolutely fundamental to creating a diverse and inclusive organisation. So you'll see with that suggested answer that I've covered a large number of areas, and I've deliberately underlined each and every one of them to help you. And also at the end, I have highlighted the one thing which I think is really, really important is equality of pay. I think it's essential to show that an organisation is really serious about diversity and inclusion. So that's another strong answer that you can use during your interview preparation. Here's another one. What is respect and dignity? And how would you demonstrate this in the workplace? Now, in the workplace, it is only right that we treat everyone with respect, with courtesy and dignity. But how do we achieve this? Here's my suggested answer to help you. All members of staff are entitled to be treated with dignity and respect at all times. Now, this means no form of discrimination, harassment, or any other form of unwanted behaviour should be tolerated. The same rules apply when dealing with customers or clients. Respect and dignity must always be applied, and it should be embedded within the culture of an organisation. I would demonstrate respect and dignity by treating everyone with respect, being polite and courteous, and being respectful and accommodating of people's differences, their circumstances, their job roles, grade levels, and ability levels. So that's again a confident and concise answer that shows you fully understand what it means to demonstrate respect and dignity, and also how you will apply it during your everyday work. Now, this next one is a difficult question. What is reasonable adjustment in the workplace? Now, this diversity and inclusion interview question is commonly typical during management and leadership level job interviews. Here's my suggested answer to guide you. So let me just reiterate the question. What is reasonable adjustment in the workplace? A reasonable adjustment is effectively a change in the workplace to reduce the effect of a job applicant's disability when applying for a job role, or an employee's disability to enable them to do their job more effectively. There are 3 ways a reasonable adjustment can be applied, including to the workplace, to the way that things are done at work through policies or procedures, or to ask someone to help the member of staff or the person applying for a job. So if you are applying for a manager or a leadership role, I would definitely learn and understand what reasonable adjustment is. So I hope you've enjoyed those. There's still more questions and answers to take a look at for diversity in the workplace. If you click that link in the top right hand corner of the video, it will take you through to my website. You can see the full list of questions that I recommend you prepare for. You also have the option to download all of the questions and answers to those 15 on that webpage. Please don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. Please do give the video a like, because as I always say, that encourages me to create more content for you. And I hope that that helps everyone who's asked me, how do I tackle these kind of questions? And as I said at the start, I think it's important for me to give you my understanding of what diversity is in the workplace and why it can add huge benefit to an organisation. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Have a brilliant day. And I wish you all the best for passing your job interview. Thank you very much.